As of today, even 3 weeks after the flood, there are places where water is filled up to waist height, and nobody knows about this. Nobody's talking about this. There's no pictures about this on anybody's stories, and it is really sad.
So, hi, how are you?
I'm good. I got sick in between, and luckily it was not corona. It was just a seasonal change thing, and I'm still coughing. So if I tend to cough throughout this whole interview, please know that everything is fine, and it's not corona. But generally, it's been fine. This year has been a little weird. Um, there hasn't been any visible progress, but I feel like this has been also, on the contrary, the most adult life. Um, Year that I've had in my life, and it's my 21st year. So like I've done a lot this year that is not necessarily cool, but very important. And I think that's what being adult. That's what adulting means. This year has basically been about all of that. So I'm really excited.
Okay, so I'm with you on two things. One, I think all the Hyderabadis can feel the viral season that's happening. So even I am coughing and Karun said that I have corona, but I don't have corona.
Yeah.
And secondly, yes, this year has been weird. And when we did that, I saw that you started this relief camp because of the floods that happened in Hyderabad.
Yes.
So why don't you start by telling me about that?
So this is not something I started. It is a coalition of now more than 15 NGOs. Initially, it was just 6 or 7 NGOs, but over time, I don't take credit for any of this. This is all SDIF. And this is an NGO that started the flood relief campaign at Audi showroom in Banjara Hills, and they collaborated with any NGO that came forward to help, including Access Foundation, Goonj, Youngistan, the Beautiful Wall movement, and a bunch of people are involved, and we are all contributing in any way possible. Everybody has different types of resources, and basically 15,000 families have been affected by the flood. And as of today, even 3 weeks after the flood, there are places where water is filled up to waist height, and nobody knows about this. Nobody's talking about this. There's no pictures about this on anybody's stories, and it is really sad. Some places we want to give donations to, we still can't because we don't have access to the place because of the water logging. And I am basically playing a role online where I talk about it and bring awareness to the fact that this still is happening, and getting people down to help, where a lot of organizations and individuals have donated a lot of things, literally everything from dal to light bulbs to TVs and blankets and clothes and toys and books and stationery and bags and everything, because people are having to start their life all over again. So I play a part in the marketing side of things and getting people down, but everybody is doing different things. Some people are in touch with the people who are affected, some people are in touch with donors, and some people are trying to get the word out and speak to more NGOs to help, things like that. And it's going to keep going on for 3 months more. So it's a very big process also, because we are getting down to things like reconstructing their houses, because walls have fallen down, roofs have fallen down in many places where that they need to be reconstructed. Plumbing has been affected a lot, so there's a lot of sanitation work, there's a lot of electricity work in a lot of places. There needs to be safe handling of hygiene because of COVID. um, so pest control is another thing, sanitization. um, and it's like building a whole new city altogether. But just that the main city is not affected as much. It's the sub city that is affected, and nobody's talking about it. So I'm trying to talk about it, and that's basically everything about flood relief that's happening.
No, I think that's actually inspiring because this is no easy task and dedicating for 3 months is a huge deal. So that's really great for
And you know
you.
what I think is, people don't realize that every time something happens, like corona, or corona is a worldwide thing. Obviously, it is very visible, so people are going to talk about it. But things like flash floods or things like heat waves. Like, to privileged kids like us, the heat wave exists for one day and we can sit at home and escape it altogether. But it affects some people to an extent that their whole year is affected. Or one rainfall for some people is very, very drastically effective to their whole year. So I think the main takeaway for me, in fact, I'm also learning from this experience, is that people need to understand the effects of something that doesn't affect them but can affect a lot more people in a very big capacity, and they need to be more compassionate. They need to be more understanding towards the people who are facing those issues, because everybody who has lost a family member because of COVID is going to remember that for their whole lifetime, but we are going to forget it once the vaccine is here and we are all vaccinated. And I think that we should never forget people who unfortunately were victim to COVID. And it's just compassion. I'm learning this about our society and our generation generally, that this is an absent mindset. People need to understand the effects of some things and acknowledge them more.
Yeah, no, I think that's a great deal, because the current scenario is such that nobody wants to talk about stuff like this. They just talk about things which everybody knows, things which everybody read about. But these are the issues which have to be looked into, which are very concerning.
This is where NGOs like mine come into the picture. So we want to do this. Yeah.